Sagittarius, you do your reading. Your song is If You Don't Know Me, or If You Don't Know Me by Now, by Harold Melvin. Meanwhile, there could be some debate about who the original. You're biting off of someone else. There may be something about this. Who did it first? Whether it was you or someone else. Someone else using your technique, kind of blowing up off of your technique, or you were the first to do something. Someone not giving you credit for it. Okay, or this being vice versa. You're using something that's me by now. If you don't know me, you will never. If you don't ever, never know me. If you don't know me, 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 you ain't my homie. If you don't know me, that's what my brain started doing. I got up in your energy. It's so funny. Okay, there's a mashup, there's a mix, there's a remix, there's on different a bridging of a gap between two generations from Nola. Okay, even bounce music could be relevant. You needing to dance, you needing to move, you needing to shake it, you needing to, move your body to release certain emotion is really loud for you at this time. Um, but other than that, man, there was this download about where you work, being so uncertain about how to show up in regards to work. Some of you have absolutely overstayed your welcome professionally. Something isn't in alignment. You wherever you whatever you could be, something may have slowed up. The money is not the same. Maybe you could be stagnant, kind of grabbing at straws to make ends meet. Feel that they're not supposed to be working, and whatever you're doing, you know that you're supposed to be doing on something, or you're no longer passionate about it. Odd jobs are really loud, or someone's just working and it doesn't hit the same. The way that you're producing more than you have been, it's taking you so much longer to complete a project, to get it out. Hi, okay. Obstacles and challenges out at this time are internal. You kind of getting in your own way. And a lot of this could be ignoring the moments where you're having conversations with yourself and having to be real that you don't necessarily like the position that you're in, that you would like to make some sort of change, that you're not doing what you love to do. There may be a focus on your environment, there not being a lot of work in your environment, it being slow in some way for what it is that you have to offer. Um, some of you have to travel for work. Something about this, having to travel for work, leaving your city, leaving your town. This could be for specific events, specific events. This could be, gearing your business, or providing your services elsewhere, needing to make announcements, network with people, let people know, book you, that you're willing to travel, for certain events. Um, Leave your want at this time. Your, your I feel someone community to get the support, just that you was being lost about how to get their thing off the ground. Okay, not only this, neck between she is further along at doing what it is that she loves, or she's had a good run. She knows how rewarding it feels to be paid for your services or your product, your hard-earned work, or not have anyone be attached to it, not have a boss. Like, there's a focus on not having a boss, not having an authority figure, not having someone to rely on, while the masculine knows how to go to work and work for someone else. Okay, he either really struggles with authority, he wants to do his own thing. He's got to be free. I got to have a job where they're not micromanaging me, or they don't expect too much of me. Well, then you might want to go ahead and work for yourself, because even in fields where you get to seemingly play or have a good time, there is still structure there. Even if it doesn't translate, there is still a system to how things work. Um, you know, and especially if you're in a position where you're working for yourself, you have to be more disciplined than ever, because there's nobody, you know, there's nobody else, there's no one get up and move. Someone else using their authority, putting their foot down, reprimanding you in some way. It's just you. You know, some of you are not hard enough that when you that to be yourself, nothing, not realizing that you're throwing your promise further out of your promises to yourself and your unhealthy habits. Um, moving on to pay like Mandela, welcome to your community, and that unhealthy habits from showing up is very unteachable. The thing of feminine doing her own thing or working for herself, following has even had that feeling before, like, and I'm living for my purpose. You look gorgeous, girl. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And trying to assist someone else who is to find out what your purpose is, and really forward to open, not really forward to open, not adapting very well to change at this time. Someone is not putting their best foot forward when they have to go for it. So be for some of you trying to secure work. Could also be like your resume. Um, go ahead and spruce that thing up. Go ahead and make sure that you're putting your best foot forward. Someone or you think that you look cool, or keep thinking that they need your help. Keep thinking that they need your help so bad. They need help so bad that they'll just go with whoever. So bad they need help so bad that they'll just go with whoever. You know, I feel like someone being humbled. You know, I feel like someone being humbled. Something about being lining up to give you a position is the problem that I feel being suffering in some way. People are lacking off their suggestions. What you could be, indicating less, it's taking hurt what someone worried. How am I going to pay this? How's this going to get done? Holding things off to the last second. And on the surface, trying to maintain, a a certain image of a lifestyle abundantly, then something is you actually feel or living above your means. It's like whatever you're doing with your distance, your pocket is stopping, honestly, like something is working. And first, the Sag moons are fighting, are arguing. On this energy, having a whole lot of time to prepare to pay a certain bill and not planning is out here in reverse. Not only and suffering in silence, like a masculine is continuously banking on a feminine, on her quiet, her quiet complacency. Something about her being quiet and complacent. You're not complaining about it or not making sure she baby but still she won't make she's see something needs to be covered, needs to be taken care of. She just still she'll help she has to find if she's able to take the whole thing. Jealous half of this something she'll cover the to receive, and being a masculine is very much but also bad for her this financial blessing for her, this financial support longer than she should. Um, Taking her under how down much is in the survival mode or how much she worries about how she's going to take care of certain things. Or just even just it is, even if she doesn't worry about anything, she got it. Like being someone who always has their hands out, or expect takes to really succeed. A masculine taking from something is specifically taking from a feminine who is over what it takes out of her, and he doesn't even really like her like that. He's deceiving her, or he's getting over on her, or he's getting away, or he's getting more out of the situation than she is. He knows he has. He'll say thank you right now. He'll express gratitude while he's getting what he wants. Not the moment that's that she does him. Not only this that, but she has to be quiet about it, and this is why it is face. So, time maybe that you think look me mindful of how he's why this stuff as mental. So I'll just leave on the floor. I'll just wear the same thing 2, 3, 4 days in a row. I don't care. I'll just go without. And this being the total opposite of the feminine's energy. Like she totally being, not okay with this energy. Co-parenting with this energy, having to partner with this energy in some way, is embarrassed to be associated with it. Is embarrassed that this he handles things this way. Doesn't want more. It's, there's a lot that know, her partner, right? She's going to take on as a one here. Partner is someone in the shadow was being in connection with the person and shooting this person. I wasn't listening to the design, agreeing to do this with this. This dynamic between us, I chose to accept this from a place of lack, from a place of feeling unworthy. I don't feel that anymore. Now you don't get to switch things up on me. You don't get to all of a sudden love yourself more and have boundaries or just get a foot down. You're not going to be generous as you once were. That is a that someone staring and begging you don't care about me. They maybe say with do really I need to communicate really emotional. Can you hear this? Like, how would you? This distress, this much, this not inactive. Under tendencies to destroy jobs you want to be doing over. Every, you know, thinks you bring this home, but this is not enough. Thinks we still gotta supply it yet, but that's not what I need. It gets so crazy. that do to get addiction all together. I feel you being Lord is their medicine or they're addicted in some way. He makes just enough of the same needs. So she needs and all the bills. She doesn't have extra for recreation and she needs a decent too. So she accepts that. She accepts the bare minimum. She accepts him coming in and off. But she needs such a relief. This could all 5 days a week, 6 days a week. Him taking the children for just one day, it's not enough. But man, that one day helps me that it's not enough. She wait the children. Her stress is still the number one killer. One day, stress. Breathe. Whole lot of stress. Illusion out here living. Also, this is really good for there's something about someone like deceiving themselves about the importance of success could be like you go to school, you go to college, you get a degree, you go for someone because everything they did or getting into schooling or the ties, you know, out 22 to 21 on the clock. Like there's some work while they run away with the things the way they were done by those before them that they didn't take on certain values that were important for them to take on. Now you see why this was necessary. Now you see why the elders did it. This, your worry or your concern. Like certain people may look at you and be like, "You got plenty of time. We don't all got it together. We got plenty of time. And while you have, you have the time that you have left. You're actually a lot older than certain people that you're having the same situation, the same issues as, or you're a lot older than certain people that you're hanging around. Some people have the same issue that you're having." The big body you had a priestess me, I can help you with that. If you can, description box at the bottom of the screen.